No, I don't know about none of this.
Well, you never heard no kid myth before.
When you young and you like, you don't really know what things mean.
Yeah.
So you kind of just be telling people whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think is what
like I remember one dude said, we came from the dog store, and my sister was born. He told me this in 2nd grade, and I believe.
My check. Yeah, so how's things been going with you?
Recently, a little better. Slightly, kind of, maybe. No. Nah, it ain't good. It's alright.
Yeah, before we turned the mic on, he was telling us this very wonderful story, giving us an update on his house affairs. And he's excited.
Yeah, I'm more excited now that I kind of have the place to myself again. I mean, it's still lonely, but it's better than what it was, definitely. So, we were drinking the other day, and I was just on the game, and she was in the room. She doing what she do, I'm doing what I do, normal stuff. And then, a friend of mine calls me, and, it's a female, so I guess she got in her little feelings, like, Karl, female, not on my watch. So, I went down
Can you do that one more time?
Can do it again?
Yeah, I just felt like it was, it was very important to the story. What was that? What'd she say?
She didn't say it. I was just making it like.
Okay. You did like an anime version.
Yeah, just say it like she probably in her head was like, Karl, you talking to a female. So then she got all like kind of close to me, like, who you talking to? I'm like, just a friend. Oh, okay. You not gonna mess. You ain't gonna me over, Karl. I'm like, what did you talk about? I don't know what you talking about. I left it alone. So then, I went to the bathroom, as normal people do, sitting on the toilet. And she busts in and say, why you don't talk to me? I'm like, talk to you? I talk to everybody. She's like, no, why you don't talk to me? I'm like, what you gonna talk about? You know what I mean? It just don't matter. It don't matter what I say. And I just was trying to be funny, make a freaking situation a little more easy because she sounded like she was super tense. And then the moment I tried to do that, I get a freaking 2 fingers towards the eye at maximum velocity. And I was like, oh no. I wanted to put... I ain't okay. I just drove I drove around the block a couple times because I didn't want to stay in the house at that moment. So
it was a level of anger.
It was anger to the point where it's like, I don't know what to do right now, so let me just drive. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And once I got that out the way, I was cool. And I sat back on the couch and was just laying there like, man, I don't know how to tell this girl she got to get up out of here. And then she came out the room and tried to hug me like, I'm sorry, Karl. I'm like, no, get off me. Do not come near me. I don't want you near me. And then, like, the day after that, I'm like, okay, I gotta tell this girl she gotta leave, right? But what was hard about that is I was at work thinking about this, and I'm like, I could just text her, she gotta leave. But I didn't trust her being there while I'm not there until she gotta leave. I don't know what's gonna happen to the house. So I just left it alone. I ain't telling her nothing. Yeah, I just left it alone. Didn't tell her. I'm like, let me be home when I tell her this. And believe it or not, she just left on her own. She didn't pack her stuff. She still got to get it. But she left out the next day. And this is the 2nd day. Will be the 3rd by tomorrow. And to the day, I have not heard anything from her. She made a Snapchat post the other day. And then I realized she unfriended me on Snapchat. So I did the same. I was like, good. Get that all out the system. So yeah, now that Toxic is out the house, I'm pretty straight.
That's good, man. That's good.
What about you, man?
Ain't nothing going on in my life, man. I'm just out here, getting to it, whatever that means. No, I ain't really doing nothing. Just been working and just trying to record this EP and do more music related things. That's it.
Cool.
Was this actually? I forgot the question I had to ask you. Was this the first time a woman ever made you that angry? To the point where you had to walk away?
Kind of. I mean, women make me angry all the time, but not that angry. It's just because, like, I got hit never thinking I was gonna get hit. You know, I'm not expecting you to hit me. Like, I'm not gonna hit you. I would never hit you. So why the heck you putting your hands on me? It was one of those situations. And then when it actually happened, like, Karl, you said you never had. In my head, like, you thought this wouldn't happen, and she actually did that. She actually is crazy. And I was like, all right, don't hit her. Just move. Just walk away. That's all I thought.
Yeah, that's what most people would recommend. Yeah, it's not really. I mean, we're definitely not gonna get into domestic violence right now, but it's not really a lot of options we have in situations like that. What's your name again?
Steven.
Steven. Oh, that makes sense. Steven.
I tell everybody my name's Steven. People I don't know, I'll be at a party and they'll be like, "Hey, what was your name?" Steven. And they'll just go with it. And then, like, if I actually meet them again or see them again, I'll let them know, like, oh yeah, it's Karl.
See, my go-to name is Cletus.
Cletus,
yeah.
Cletus,
yeah. Cletus.
Why Cletus?
Because it sounds like an old man, like an old man, like a creep too, like an uncomfortable old man, like the uncomfortable grandfather, or the old uncle at the barbecue who like look at the little cousins too much,
like on some Biden stuff.
Yeah. Wait, Biden? What?
Oh, you don't know about Joe Biden?
What Joe do?
Joe Biden out here sniffing little girls and stuff. You never heard about this?
Nah,
Man, okay. Remind me to show you that after this. I didn't know about this until the election was over. Like, he has a lot of videos out there where he's like sniffing on little girls, rubbing them, getting close to them, kissing
How
them.
little?
Like young. They can't be no more than 13.
Oh my god! It's not like his family members. It's not.
I don't think so.
Is it supposed to be innocent?
It's supposed to look innocent, but when you look at it, you can kind of see the children like they feel slightly uncomfortable. It's recorded. I mean, you can't hide that.
That's weird. I mean, I feel like I've seen in movies where, maybe at one time in America where, like, was it ever socially acceptable? Because I've seen it in movies where older men would come and kind of like, not sniff, but kind of like nuzzle like their niece or their daughter, maybe in ways that today it might come across a weird way. We're supposed to play off like it's cute and kind of just like cuddly, but now it's like weird. Because you gotta remember, we used to live in an America where it wasn't so, even though stranger danger was always a thing, it wasn't so weird for other adults to have had conversations with your kids or to help raise them or to interact with them, especially if you knew them, and especially if you lived in a more affluent neighborhood, according to TV, right? I wasn't born during those times. Where today, you know, even if you know them, they still don't want you interacting with their kids.
Honestly, I think the way the world is going right now, it's even harder for parents to do things with their children without being looked at different.
Yeah.
Because there was something I seen where somebody asked, "Is it okay for a father to take a bath with his daughters?" I'm like, that's his daughters, and it wasn't like he was naked. He had like shorts on, but they was just thinking that was so wrong for him to be taking a bath with his daughters who were like really young, like
babies.
Yeah. I'm like, what is wrong with that? I have seen nothing wrong with this, but everybody just like, and I guess it's because like, you know, all this different stuff is becoming like and seen as, well, I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but like, you know, like gay rights and stuff. Like people want to get, once that passed, then it became trans rights. Once that stuff passed, now. This is a minute ago. I heard somewhere like they're saying pedophiles have rights now, and that sounds super weird. Saying like, I'm a pedo something is, and it'll be accepted. I'm like, no, that can never be accepted. I don't see how that can even be thought of.
Is it like a situation where
I
you
think
like
they're gonna
60, but you like 19-year-olds?
No,
Because pedo means like underage though, right?
Yeah.
Specifically. So
I don't know. I remember seeing it somewhere, and it was
weird.
just like weird seeing that. Pedophilia is just a mental disorder or something.
I mean, even if you want to say that, that's still dangerous to other people, specifically underage people who we as a society we treat them as if they, they don't have the ability to. We don't trust them with the full rights and responsibilities that we trust adults with. That's why they can't vote. That's why they can't drink and smoke and things like we're not supposed to. So, if we're going to treat people under 18, with little kid gloves, then we got to do it across the board. So, even if you want to say pedophilia is a mental disorder, it is hurting people who we deem to be helpless. So we got to do something about that. We can't just, treat it at the same way we might treat like ADD or ADHD or something, other disorders or, mental disability situations, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
that's crazy. What is this world coming to?
that's what I'm trying to say, man. This world coming to something that
You think we just getting old?
I don't think so at all. No, this world's been changing the older we get.
You think it's getting worse?
Yes, in a sense.
Some people would argue that it's just the same, but maybe because of social media we see it more. But I feel like, because my mom, when I was growing up, she looked at us and everybody who's older, they looked at us as worse than what they were, and then their parents looked at them as if they were worse, so on and so forth. But are we actually worse? Is the world actually getting worse?
I mean, things are easily to be in light now. So like, if things were like hidden behind closed doors, it's really hard to hide things as big as stuff like this now because of social media.
Yeah. A lot of people say relationships are harder now.
Yes, and I'll agree to that because relationships are like things you put on a pedestal now that you want everybody to see, and even if you don't want everybody to see it, you want to. Someone else wants you to see this is what a relationship is supposed to be, and if it's not following that, now you feel like something is wrong with your relationship because now you're basing it off somebody else's, and that's what social media is doing to people, making us want to be like the next person or want to give a good light on who we are, when in reality nobody's perfect. There's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with him, there's something wrong with them. There's always something wrong with somebody. Not in the sense that it's bad, but nobody's perfect. So what you seeing is just an image. It's not like you're not looking at the whole thing.
If I was to play devil's advocate, the argument could be made that in the 50s, I don't know, I can't speak for, according to movies and stuff, in the 50s and earlier, it was the same, but it was different, in that people wanted to keep up this image of a perfect relationship, even though behind closed doors he might have been beating on her or he was an alcoholic. And I also felt like maybe, and according to movies and stuff, I don't know how accurate they are, but according to movies, it seemed like women back in those days, they were raised to essentially serve men. They were raised to basically be like, you need to learn these skills. You need to learn how to cook. You need to know how to do your makeup and do your hair and do this because you want a man to come scoop you up one day, basically. And one could argue that at that time, that was their idea of putting a relationship on a pedestal. And whereas a man had to, even more so than maybe he does today, a man had to meet a man had a responsibility, or he felt upon himself that he had to achieve a certain level of financial success so that he can be able to support the woman he loved. And it was considered like disrespectful if she ended up having to work. And then a woman, it seemingly was raised to where she needed to be able to be basically the perfect woman for him if she ever wanted some man to come pick her up. And if she didn't, if she reached a certain age and she ain't had no offers of marriage or anything like that, then, you know, she might have been seen as, I don't know, lesser. Or if she had had sex too many times by a certain age, then they would have said she was a hoe.
I'm not supposed to laugh at that.
No, it was the way I said it. I'm a comedian.
I think that's what it is.
I'm a comedian. It's okay.
Keep forgetting that's on your job description.
Yeah, you know, that's all I do out here. But yeah, I don't know. The argument could be made that even back then they were trying to.
I mean, yeah, I think so. I'm saying, how was that shown to others though? It's like not shown to, because the internet is out here for the world to see. Mm-hmm. Back then, whoever seen it was within the community or within that big open area with them. So like, let's just bring up school as an example. Let's say no internet is involved. Mm-hmm. You'll see two people at school and they're like, oh, they're a couple. They seem to be really happy together, right? Oh, I feel like only everybody at the school is gonna know that. I mean, unless, you know, families are they family, or, you know, like that. But like somebody at a whole nother school ain't gonna know about that. They probably don't even see that. So how would they even try to base that off something? That's all I'm saying. It's like,
oh, so you're saying that there might have always been some form of like standard of what relationships are supposed to be like, but today, because of social media, the pedestal is more widespread.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's just the idea of what a relationship is supposed to be. It's also what social media has to affect relationships. Like
Instagram models.
Yeah. And, like,
and the access to them. Very easy access to them.
Yeah, say like say if you're in a relationship, you see an Instagram model, be like, oh, that's cool, I'm gonna like that photo. If your female sees you like that photo, now they gonna think that's what you want. That's what you want to do. So why am I here? Why are we doing this? You know why? But if social media was never around, you can acknowledge them, like, oh, that's nice, and nobody would ever know. Ever.
Yeah, if you slick about it.
It's not even slick. It's like, it's a model. It's not like you finna go talk to them or do anything with them. You just acknowledged it and liked it. Which you can also do in your head. But then I guess the argument, because this was an argument my ex told me, you just do it in your head. You ain't gotta press the button and like it. Like, why you gotta let people know you liked it? I'm like, I don't know.
You know what? I guess that's the effect of social media, that we don't know how to keep things to ourselves. Well, I'm not gonna say we. People.
I think social media makes it so you can't keep things to yourself.
Yeah, especially, well, yeah, if you know, and this is one of the things I hate about, you know, being an artist or trying to be an entertainer of some kind. Like, you don't have to, but it's a lot easier if you are the type of person who posts on social media often and you share things and you do stupid stuff and to, you know, make people laugh or just to garner attention in some way. But I don't like that. I don't like that pressure of feeling like if I want people to listen to my music, then I have to do something that's not musical to grab their attention so that they can, or I just have to like make sure I post enough pictures on Instagram, or make sure I'm, you know, because like artists have to constantly have photo shoots now because they got to constantly have new photos, and they got to, like, it's like you can't even enjoy life because you got to take pictures of it all the time. Because if you don't post every couple days at the least, then you lose your engagement, and also honestly, social media algorithms make it hard for people to see your stuff anyway, unless you already have a certain level of a following, which is stupid. I don't know why they do that.
Man, that reminds me of this YouTuber I used to watch a while ago. He is not on YouTube no more, and I'm gonna tell you why. His name was North Palm Productions or something like that. Okay, he was a guy who was on YouTube doing piano tutorials for like the most recent song that will come on the radio. He'll post a video on it, give tutorials on how to play it, and he'll tell you a good way to play it, intermediate way to play it, or a little easy way to play it. Mm-hmm. And that's what he would do. He did it for a good year, right? And then what he did was, one day he posted a video of him with a song he made, and he was playing it, and it did not get that many views, right? And he made the very next video. He made a video saying, "I'm just gonna quit YouTube because it seems like everybody just wants to watch me for my tutorials and not watching me for the things I'm actually trying to do in life." And I kind of think that was slightly his fault, because that's what he based his channel off of to begin with. Mm-hmm. Like, and maybe if he would have told people, like, I'll help y'all do this, but this is also what I'm gonna do, and I'll set days on what I'm gonna do this. So, so people can
mix it in a little better.
Yeah, mix it in. But he did that out the blue randomly. Nobody watched it, and he was really upset. And I mean, a part of me really thinks it's just because he definitely didn't market that well. Mm-hmm. He definitely just expected people to watch it because he had the subscribers, he had the viewers on all these videos. And because this one did not say a tutorial, people probably was like, "Oh, I'm not finna watch it then. That's what I come here to watch anyway."
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as that would have shattered me too if that happened to me. And I might have quit. I probably would have came back though, but
sure, he probably did with a different name.
Yeah,
I remember that. Like,
it's a lot of YouTubers who have kind of not given up. Yeah, they gave up YouTube. Like, you remember, I was just watching like a little mini documentary on what was it, Deshaun Raw? You remember Deshaun Raw? Mm-hmm. The dude who's like, "I'm not a rapper."
Oh yeah.
And he did the little fake rap battles or whatever. Mm-hmm. So apparently he got a deal with Comedy Central. I think it was Comedy Central, and he was trying to do a show with them or something, but somehow it fell through or something. And he just deleted his whole channel. Every video. Deleted the whole thing. And I don't think he's posted anything on YouTube since. I think he might still do, well, before COVID, he was probably doing stand-up around maybe the California area or whatever. I don't know. But, yeah, he just gave up. I think he felt like, I'm getting all these views, and, you know what I'm saying? And he was kind of saying, like, the video quality wasn't that great, but people were still watching, so it must mean that I was extremely funny. So why is it that when these, corporate entities started coming into the picture, they started acting like I'm not the funniest dude out here? Mm-hmm. And he was pretty funny, I ain't gonna lie. Even his skits that wasn't, fake battle rap related, pretty funny. So I guess he just gave up. I don't know what he's doing now. But I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of people who just, like, after a while, just like, I can't do this no more.
Yeah, out here being lonely like everybody during COVID.
Mm-hmm. It's hard, man.
It's a lot of celebrities on YouTube who, I'm not gonna say that they shouldn't take it serious, but they're taking that COVID super serious. Like, they said, "I haven't left the house in 3 months now." I'm like, geez, what you been doing? But I guess they got the money to not have to do that.
Yeah. You would think that they are the people that you see doing that. Are they like uploading more content more often because they at home doing nothing all day now?
Yes, kind of, yeah. And they just said they haven't left their house in months.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. See, I don't know. I feel like all this COVID content is actually kind of boring to me. I feel like I always got something negative to say, but a lot of this COVID, because I feel like when artists stop living life, we ain't got nothing to create about. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, I know that people feel like they have to continue to put out content because again, you got to keep the engagement. Like once you, that's also what sucks. Like once you get fans, you can't really take a break. Like people, you gotta.
I guess that's the curse of being a content creator.
Yeah.
Because now,
because our attention span is so short.
I wouldn't even say just that. It's just now, once you made something, everybody's like, "Oh my God, that's good. I want to see what something else you got. You ain't got nothing but."
But then they forget about you. Like they don't ever come back and check later. They just forget you gone. You got to do something else great to show up on my radar again.
Yeah, and not even that. Like if you're on even YouTube, right, and you're subscribed to these people who make videos, if they do not post on a regular, like let's say you got 50 different YouTube channels you're subscribed to, and at least 40 of them post on a regular, and one of the funniest persons you know only posts like once every 2 months, right? They stuff will not be in your feed when they post it up because it's so crowded with all the other people who's posting on daily basis.
Yeah, and I think I guess that's what I was saying about the algorithms too. Like if, I don't know if you ever. Oh, you probably did notice this when you deleted your Facebook page. Did you create a new one or you just reactivated the old one before you got hacked?
So I was about to.
Like when you just took that year off.
When I took that year off, I just came back.
Right. So do you remember when you made your first post after a year of being gone? Yeah. Everybody and their mama probably liked it and was like, and then you started making more posts and you noticed that like people weren't seeing it no more.
Yeah.
That's a weird Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat like algorithm. Like when you disappear and then you come back, Facebook makes sure like you literally get a notification. Everybody gets a notification.
Yeah, I was getting messages.
So-and-so posted for the first time in blah, blah, blah. So everybody sees it and then they like it and whatever. But if you post on a regular, if you don't have a major following, Facebook don't really show it to people. So people be scrolling down their timeline and you could post something and they won't even see it. Because the way they do it is they only show you what you interact with the most. So if they don't go to your page all the time, or if they don't interact with your post all the time, they're not gonna see your post. So if you are a person that's trying to like get more followers or something, it just makes it that much harder. You got to find a way to circumvent that. Ooh, that's a vocabulary word right there.
Now I gotta go use the dictionary.
Yeah. Circumvent.
What the you just said? Circumcised, you said?
Yeah, man, you just got to snip it, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, when you have a child, are you getting them circumcised?
Is it good or bad to do it?
I don't know.
That's why I don't know. Like, if I would leave that to
the mother, the doctor. The doctor gonna tell you to get them circumcised because the doctor 9 times out of 10, if they aren't American, they would have studied in America. So, especially knowing you probably gonna go to the hood doctor. He's gonna be like, yeah, folks.
I'm going to the witch doctor.
He gonna be like, yeah, Joe.
You're like, all right, folks, yo, it's a boy, cuz. Oh, really, fam?
Hey, man, your son decent, G. What is so? Why? I think I asked you this before, but I never asked you like on the mic. Why do Chicago people call everything decent? Decent means average. Decent does not mean good.
Not in Chicago.
Hey, you like that new song?
That's decent.
No.
Yeah, decent is just. I don't know why, but it makes sense. Like, decent is supposed to be just average, but. If somebody in Chicago told you decent, don't think that's average.
But then
probably one of the best things ever.
So what do y'all say when something is average?
That's I was gonna say decent.
That's confusing.
That's fire, I guess.
Oh, do y'all still say raw?
Raw as hell? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
we
there you go.
Still say raw.
Man, that shit raw as hell, G.
Wait, y'all don't say raw in Detroit?
Not that I know. I mean, people probably say it, but
or if it ain't raw, it's cold.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we would say everything was cold. Oh, that shit cold. What we say? Fire. I always thought fire was like an East Coast thing that kind of took the nation over the last 10 years.
It probably did, but I know everything was raw growing up. Everything was raw.
Yeah, I was saying raw.
That's raw.
Yeah, we were saying cold. Um, dope was a West Coast thing, I think.
Yeah, dope didn't
That
come.
eventually took over.
Yeah,
Um,
but I mean, people out here still don't really say dope
yeah.
like that.